Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today we are going to be doing a You Asked For It, You Got It. That's where I take a few of the comments of the last month and I respond to them. Some of them may be questions, some of them may be smart aleck comments, some of them might just be fun tongue-in-cheek stuff. But it's a thing that I always enjoy doing. This is a way for me to connect with you and let you know that you matter, and I am reading your comments. You know, lots been going on. The holiday season has passed us. I recently had surgery on an umbilical hernia. It's healing well and life is good. It is time to start the new year, get back in shape, and let's do our thing. But without further ado, let's get on with this. But I want you to do me a favor, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, all that jazz. You know I would greatly appreciate it. So here we go, the very first comment. Let's see what we got here. All right, so Dapro Figs writes, wish you would have put a flashlight. I won't rub you to some better. I don't know what that means. I appreciate the effort, though. I appreciate the comment. You know, sometimes the videos don't have as much lighting as I would like for them to have. And it's not like I'm a movie studio. Everything's done just me. All right, this is from the Real Eric 1. Hi, Real Eric 1. Fun fact, 2 Costco pumpkin pies will fit in the front of your Can-Am. I know because I did it. Well, that's good to know because I do love pumpkin pie. And, you know, you can never have too much of that. You know, a Costco run could definitely be in my future. Next up is from Richard Green. Richard Green is the man. All right. And he says, had kidney surgery today and decided I want to see some Coach Bob video. What a beautiful ride you guys had today. Take care and say hello to Coach Vic. Well, Richard, I'm glad the surgery went well. I love seeing you on here, and it's been crazy for you, I know. And I want you to know that the group that I rode with in this video, the rain-soaked ride with the Kansas crew, they are beautiful, believing people. And I guarantee you, after them seeing this video, they'll be praying for you just like I am. So, Richard, always great to hear from you, buddy. All right, this is on the rain-soaked ride with the Kansas crew also. This is from Spider Wayne, Knucklehead. You know, I made a comment about a guy behind us, I called him a knucklehead. Anyway, it says, Knucklehead, haha, haven't heard that word in a long time. It made me chuckle. Well, brother, I am glad you got a little laugh out of it. You know, people get on your rear end, and I used to call them dirty words and maybe do a little sign language to them. I don't do that anymore, so a little knucklehead's about all I got in me. This is from Bill Dumatch. This is on the Spider Gratitude Glide Thankful Turns on 3. And he said, hey, we were told there would be sandwiches. You know, I can... Bill, you always come up with something that makes me smile. I know you're going through the fire right now, buddy. You've been dealing with it. And I want to tell you, I'm glad you're here. And thank you for the comments that always keep me and Coach Vic smiling. Now, this is a video I did a long time ago on why I bought a Can-Am Spider and not a Harley Tri-Glide. And this is from Myriad Corp 4 weeks ago. It says, Coach Bob, I see you did too many wheelies. You know, the truth is, in the old day, I did some dumb things on my motorcycles, and I did, well, we'll say too many wheelies. I have some of the abrasion scars to show that. I don't do that anymore, and you are absolutely right. This is from John Hinkie, with a bunch of letters and numbers after his name. And this was on the Most Important Ride of Your Life 2025, one of my favorite videos that I make every year. And John writes this, God bless you, Coach Bob. It has been a year for a lot of us, and I want to thank you for the strength you've shown us all through this video. I think I'll start my own first frost ride. You've inspired me, brother. Thank you. Well, John, let me tell you, that first frost ride inspires me to continue to push forward, to press on as life gets challenging a lot of times. And I thank you for commenting because it always does my soul good to see that it's touching hearts. And I'm grateful that you're going to get out there and do your own thing. Next is from Aries Deviate. Man, these names are cool. What a great avatar, too. This is on the Riker Rally. Is it cool? My first impressions. It says, Coach Bob sold another one. I bought myself a 2026 Riker Rally because of this video and other Riker videos. Well, Aries Deviate, I appreciate that, and I hope that you enjoy your Riker unbelievably. The Riker Rally is an amazing platform and one that you're going to love. All right, this is from Rebecca Harris 2273, and this is on the video Riding Strong After 60 Mind, Body, Soul. Rebecca writes, this is great information and so very true. Soul, mind, body, words to live by. Accountability is very important, and it's easy to get lazy if your day doesn't have a purpose. You know, it is. You know, after retirement, and a lot of the people on this channel are retired, we do have a tendency of sitting down too much. I said in the Journey video, episode 1, that the most dangerous thing in your house is that blue chair in your living room. Get out of it. Get moving. You need a purpose. Find one. On the Cruising to the River, Taming Riding Fears video, JFF Rocks writes this. I am 78. A few years ago, I began to feel uncomfortable riding my full dress Harley because of my bad knees, weaker legs, and less stamina, so I quit riding. I now ride a Spyder RT and feel safer, but still realize it takes a lot more attention to your surroundings, cars, and etc. After 55 years, I still have that moment of focus when I sit on the seat and start the engine. It's worth it to be able to get in the wind again. Well, I'm going to tell you, JFF Rocks, I am glad you were riding again. I salute you, 78 years old and riding. You guys are my inspiration to keep pressing on. I hope at 78 I'm still doing this. This comment is from HCA Mardell. I don't know if that's exactly how you'd say it. On Is the Can-Am Spyder Dependable? He writes this. So this is a 3-year-old video. Do you feel the same? I'm recovering from a deer strike and am considering a Can-Am Spyder. Deer strikes are super duper scary, on motorcycles in particular. My biggest concern is the dealer network while on the road. Keep up the good work, Bob. I enjoy your content. Well, let me tell you this. My Spyders, I've had multiple Spyders. I've had loaners from BRP, and of course, I have my own 2019 Can-Am Spyder RT. Every Spyder I've had, including the Riker, has been stone cold dependable for me. I've not had any problems with them. I'm going to release a video again here very soon where I talk about the vibes. Sometimes the Spyder sends out some mixed signals to us where we think we're going to have trouble, but we don't. And those weird vibes do make us a little nervous. But it has been dependable. The dealer network thing, that is a real concern, and one I have addressed. And it's one of the reasons a lot of people buy motorcycles from the Big Four. And the Big Four is Suzuki, Yamaha, Honda, Kawasaki, because of the dealer network. Also, people buy Harley-Davidsons because there's over 700 dealerships in the United States for Harley-Davidson. And that dealership network is very helpful. I'm hoping to see Can-Am do a better job on that. It's not something that you can force. This is going to have to happen. I hate to say it this way. This is going to have to happen organically. It's just going to have to grow. And the only way it's going to grow is by getting more users. So there you go. But I do say the dealer network is a real concern and one you should think about. This is a comment from Alan Michaud, and he comments a lot. Great person here, commenting on the Cruising to the River, Taming Riding Fears. Alan writes this. At the start of every season, I take 2 hours in an empty parking lot to get used to the machine again. Since we have winter and I do not ride for almost 6 months, I need to get used to the machine again. You need to feel the machine to be safe. Great video. Let me tell you, there is merit to that. So if you are taking time off, and a lot of my subscribers that are up north, they watch this channel to escape the winter. And so they need to get back on that motorcycle. They need to familiarize themselves with it. Do a once-over, check everything. Check the condition of your tires, check the condition of your battery, check the oil condition, check those things. I don't know what sort of storage things you all do up there, but make sure you check the mechanical part of it, and then check the part where it is you connected to that machine so that you refamiliarize yourself with it. All right, this is from Ron Long 75 on the Harley Tri-Glide versus the Can-Am Spyder. Bob, reaching to possibly get some help. I have a 2012 RTL that is located at a condo in New Smyrna. 1 week ago, I was hospitalized in Daytona with a clot, and it's making my leg handicapped. Still in the hospital, need to see if someone could ride it from New Smyrna to Daytona. You know, I reached out in this comment. I never did get a response back to it. So, Ron, first off, let me tell you, I hope everything's going well with you. with your blood clot and all of those things. Those things are very, very scary. I reached out to you. I was hoping that maybe I could talk to some guys that I knew in the area that could ride the motorcycle up to you, but I never heard from you, so I'm assuming that it all worked out. But the main thing is I pray that your procedure went well and that the blood clot stuff is all resolved. This is a comment from There You Go 9807. The Spider just needs you. And he writes this: how come your video is so blurry? You know, I'm going to tell you, There You Go 9807, I don't know why the video is so blurry. It's not blurry on my computer, and it's not blurry on my TV. I will tell you there's a drop box on YouTube where you can go to your settings and look at it in a higher definition. If you're watching it on a like 720p, it's going to be blurry due to the movement. That's the only possible answer I have. And recently I have started filming in 4K, so you shouldn't see any blurriness at all in that now. This is from Ed Dell 5557, commenting on is the Can-Am Spider dependable? Let's talk. Why do I need to use a battery tender on it all time in the summer? I have never had a vehicle that I had to do with this problem. I have only had my Spider since November of 25. I have not had any issue with the battery, but I have a battery tender and I will use it and through the winter. I live in Norway, so it is cold in the winters. So in the spring, I will see if it is needed in the summer. I have a 2020 RT Limited. All right, Ed, so the battery tender philosophy that I have, will you need it all summer while you're riding? Probably not if you're riding daily. But I suggest on any motorcycle, the Spider, a Harley Davidson, a Triumph, anything, if the motorcycle is going to sit for 7 days or more, it needs to be on a tender. The batteries in motorcycles are smaller and they don't do well with heat or cold and radical depletion of charge. So if you keep it on a battery tender, it keeps it at that optimal level, and it will not only prolong the life of your battery, but could save you a headache of going out there and trying to crank it after a week of not riding and it just not starting. So this is from 99 Shadows 66. This is on the Can-Am Spider old versus new video, what to buy. Coach, both are great machines. However, buyers should be aware if they choose a model with the BRP air control system, they will likely encounter rear suspension issues. To date, Can-Am has not released a permanent long-term fix for this specific system. Honestly, I have not had any problems with my air ride system on there. That's where the little bladder in there adjusts the tension of your rear suspension based on the weight of the riders and stuff. I have multiple people, though, that subscribe to the channel and are personal friends who have had repairs done to that system. So it is a known problem that you just need to be aware of. So Leroy Barnes 4510 writes on the 2026 Can-Am Spider lineup, says, I have an 04 Goldwing that I just purchased 3 months ago. I've ridden it 3 times. I'm feeling that I should have gotten me a 3-wheeler. I always liked the RT Spider and the F3. I'm thinking about the Polaris Slingshot. I just want that motorcycle feeling when I ride. Well, I'm going to tell you, Leroy, my honest opinion is that I think that anything on 3 wheels where you're sitting on it is going to give you that motorcycle feel. I don't think the Slingshot nor the Vanderhall provides that for you. They're fun and they're very cool, don't get me wrong, but it's more like a car experience because you're sitting in it, not on it. So that's my only advice there. I can say that the Can-Am Spider is a great, great alternative to the Goldwing. Goldwing is a fine machine, though, and I helped a buddy of mine recently put some lights on his and also helped another friend put some highway pegs on it. All right, this is from NL Rider 1I1M, something like that. Harley Tri-Glide versus the Can-Am Spider. Which beast rules? As a 2011 Tri-Glide and 08 Ultra owner from Canada, I don't like the look of the Spider. It looks like a snowmobile on wheels. I've never heard that before. Plus, they're hard to service. Everything is over-engineered and hard to access. As for handling, the Tri-Glide is great in the corners as long as you don't drive past the posted speed limit. I give the Spider the edge on braking and maybe on rougher roads. The solid axle on the Tri-Glide can be an issue. Both are prone to hydroplaning on wet roads. If the Tri-Glide came with an independent suspension, it would be perfect. That's my 5 cents. Well, NL Rider, thank you for watching the video, and I am glad you're watching the channel. I think the Tri-Glide is a great machine, and they are supposed to come out, from what I've been told by a little birdie, friends at the dealer, that the rear suspension will be independent this year. So that could be a game changer for handling. My issues are always the handling and the braking, though. I don't think the front end can do what the Spyder can. But I do get the over-engineered, as a guy who owns a Harley, there's the simple V-twin and the ease of maintenance on them are pretty hard to top. They just are. So I certainly get you on that, I guarantee you. All right, so this is from Chris Davey 6696 on the Tri-Glide versus the Spyder. Hi, mate. Happy New Year to you and your family. From Chris, Lenny of France. Let me tell you, whenever I get anything from overseas, another continent, that is just always cool to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, this is on the POC radio video from Carpenter Family 6198. Best down-to-earth video I've seen on the POC. Well, Carpenter Family, thank you so much for that comment. I try to keep it real. I want people to know I am not a radio specialist. I'm just another dude out there trying to find something cool that's fun to work with. And the POC links were very, very cool. They really are. So Robert Lewis 7777 writes on the Deadwood 3-wheel rally Mount Rushmore episode, says, we were at both the 24 and the 25 Deadwood rallies. It's definitely the trip of a lifetime. The best part of our 25 experience was doing behind-the-scenes tour of the Crazy Horse and actually getting to go up on the monument. That's very cool that you got to do that. I would love, love, love to get up on that monument and check it out. I do plan on doing the Deadwood 3-wheel rally this year. How that is all going to work out, I guess only time will tell. As with everything that I've been contending with over the last few years, either the health of family members or my personal health always seems to be getting in the way. What is up with that? I guess this getting old thing's not for the faint of heart. But if I get to go, I hope to see you in Deadwood, South Dakota. This is from one of my favorite subscribers. I subscribe to her channel as well, and if you don't, you should. This is Purple on 3, Jody. She is the bomb. And this was on the Tri-Glide versus the Can-Am Spyder. And Jody writes, good comparison video, Coach Bob. Well, thank you, Jody. And that means a lot coming from her because she rides a Spyder, and her husband, Tommy, he rides a Harley. So they absolutely get it. So this is There You Go 9807 again. And this is on the Riding Strong After 60 video. I think he meant to say, love your channel, look your channel. He said, love your channel, but I wish you had better video. You talk about seeing things, but I can't see what you do. Please upgrade your camera. Thank you. Well, the cameras that I'm using are the latest top-of-the-line GoPro Hero 13 Blacks in 4K resolution, so I can't really do more than that. I think, again, that you may need to look at the way your resolution settings are in there. But thank you for commenting, and I hope whatever the problem is, that it does get resolved. I have taken that to heart and even had some friends. I sent links to the video to have different people watch it to see if they could find a problem as well. This is from Candlewood Chuck, a good friend of mine, actually. Chuck, how you doing, brother? And it's on You're Too Old to Ride a Motorcycle. And he wrote, I'm not aging, you're aging. And you know what, Chuck, there's some merit to that. But Chuck's seen his little bit of tough road here lately on his health too. We're both at that place where you're fit and you're aging and you're trying to find that balance so you don't overdo it. It used to be run the heart rate up to 200, it'll be fine. Now it gets up to 150 and you go, is that too much? This is on the Tri-Glide versus the Spyder. This is from Jilly Gilson, 1742. Jilly writes this, great video, Coach. I haven't seen your videos for a while. I started my 3-wheel journey on a Riker due to a medical reason and didn't think I could use a clutch. Went from a Riker to a Tri-Glide. Very cool. I loved my Tri-Glide. Everything you said about it is completely true, and I agreed with your comparison 100%, although I've never ridden a Spyder. The Can-Am is finesse, while the Harley is more brute. That is an absolutely excellent way of putting it. I traded the Tri-Glide for a 25 Heritage. I was pleasantly surprised to see that you also have a Heritage. I do. In fact, I'm going to be doing some videos with that motorcycle very soon. Anyways, I just turned 66 and I wanted to continue on 2 wheels as long as I can before I go back to 3 wheels. Loved this video. Thank you. Do you have any videos on your Heritage? Well, you know, I'm going to be, again, doing some videos on my Heritage, and I want you to ride 2 wheels as long as you can as well. When you do the 3-wheel thing, it's a different experience, and if you love the 2-wheel experience more, you need to pursue that. My intention is always more riding, more riding, more riding as long as you can. All right, this is on the Harley Tri-Glide versus the Spider. This is from Stephen Wright, 3156. He writes this: Coach Bob, I am a die-hard Harley guy, but age and balance has shown me that I need to be on 3 wheels. I thought that I would absolutely get a Harley Tri-Glide. I rented a brand new 25 Tri-Glide for 3 days to really try it out. I quickly came to the conclusion that the Tri-Glide rode like an empty dump truck. Ouch. I then test rode a Can-Am Spider Sea to Sky. What a difference. After a 10-minute ride, I fell in love with the Spider. I now have purchased a 26 Spider Sea to Sky in Mars Red. I can't wait for it to come in. I never thought that I would stray away from Harley, but the Spider sold me. Love your channel. Keep up the great videos. Well, let me tell you, Stephen, I appreciate the comment, and I am glad you found the motorcycle that meets your needs perfectly. And you know what? It could have gone either way, and either way is perfectly cool. But thank you for sharing your comment, and I'm glad you are enjoying your ride, enjoying your life. So this was a comment from Zane Marion 650 on the Are You Too Big for a Riker? Zane writes this: I'm 6'3" and 300 pounds. Can I ride a Riker Rally? I would say yes, you can ride a Riker Rally. I would go with the Rally, though. I would not go with the 600 or the standard 900 because of the suspension. So this comment is from Keith Nell 7134. It says, Sir, I would be interested in your opinion on the RTL versus the Goldwing trike. Thanks. Well, you know what, Keith, let me tell you, my issue is the Goldwing trike great. The Goldwing is a solid platform. That 6-cylinder engine is absolutely powerful and smooth as buttermilk. It is wonderful. I've got a good friend of mine, Dave, down in Ocala. Hi, Dave, that rides a Goldwing trike, and he loves his. My issue has always been with just trikes, generally speaking, is that I want something that's from the manufacturer itself, not something that someone else has put on it. And the one wheel up front, I just don't really like the way it feels, and that's just through my experience. Others may disagree with that, and that's okay, I understand, but I love the 2 wheels up front. All right, this is on the Harley Tri-Glide versus the Can-Am Spider. Which beast rules? This is from Mike's Natural Roast 7748. Mike writes this: You don't say much about the F3. I tried the RT and the F3 and settled on a used F3 years ago. I sat on a Canyon Red Rock. It seemed like it was more like an RT. Have you thought about reviewing a Canyon? You know, right now I am working on with BRP to get me a Red Rock Canyon. I'm hoping to have one in April, May, somewhere in there. That's my goal. Will that happen? Maybe, maybe not. But that's certainly the goal. If I can get one, I would love, love, love to be able to put in some big miles on it. I would love to ride to Deadwood on it. I want to go do a rally in Texas this year. I'll be talking about what rallies I'm going to do very soon. I would love to do a rally in Texas down in Galveston, which is about 1,000 miles from here, and I'd love to ride it over there to that as well. So stay tuned for that. I could be doing some Red Rock Canyon stuff. All right. Well, there you have it. Another one in the books. You asked for it. You got it. Your questions, my answers, your comments, my comments. There's all of it. So I'm going to be doing this. My goal is to do this the first Thursday of every month. Obviously, this is the second Thursday of January, but I was kind of laid up from surgery last week, so I couldn't do it. So there you go. I want you to do me a favor. Yes, you, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are most definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I'll see you on the road real soon.